Here's a psychology fact you're not ready for: some people are energetically draining you on purpose, and they don't even know they're doing it. Psychologists call this energy vampirism. And once you understand it, you'll see why certain people leave you exhausted after 5 minutes while others energize you after 5 hours. This isn't about introversion. This is about psychological patterns that silently steal your energy, and you've been letting it happen. You can feel someone's emotional state without them saying a single word. Your nervous system is constantly scanning other people's energy, picking up micro-expressions, body language, breathing patterns, tension levels. Neuroscientists call this emotional contagion. You literally absorb other people's anxiety, stress, and negativity like a sponge. And here's the brutal part: some people walk around in a constant state of internal chaos. They're anxious, resentful, bitter, depleted, and when you're near them, your brain mirrors their state automatically. You don't need to have a conversation. Their energy is already infecting your nervous system. Research shows it takes less than 20 milliseconds for your brain to detect emotional cues in someone's face. Before you're consciously aware, your body is already responding. Heart rate changes. Cortisol spikes. Your energy drops. So when you say someone drains you, you're not being dramatic. You're describing a real neurological process where their dysregulation becomes your dysregulation. Not all draining people are toxic. Some are just unconscious that they're not trying to drain you. They're drowning, and they're grabbing onto anyone nearby. They walk into a room and the air shifts, you can't explain it, but suddenly you feel tense. That's their unregulated nervous system broadcasting distress signals. Your mirror neurons pick it up. Your body responds. They haven't said a word. But you're already exhausted. Every conversation becomes about their problems. They don't ask how you are. They monologue about their suffering. Your empathy kicks in. You try to help. But nothing you say lands, because they don't want solutions. They want an audience for their pain. Psychologists call this chronic complaining without action, and it's designed to keep you engaged without ever resolving. They seem humble, self-deprecating even, but every interaction leaves you feeling guilty, confused, or inadequate. That's because they're subtly making everything about them, disguised as vulnerability. You leave conversations feeling like you did something wrong. You didn't. They just need you to feel responsible for their emotional state. They don't yell. They withdraw, cold shoulder. Short answers. Heavy sighs. Your brain interprets this as danger. Your nervous system goes into hypervigilance trying to figure out what's wrong. They're making you work for their emotional availability, and it's exhausting by design. Nothing is ever their fault. Life just keeps happening to them. They've built their entire identity around suffering, and if you're around them, you become part of the supporting cast in their tragedy. Every win you have reminds them of what they don't have. So unconsciously, they dim your light to make their darkness feel normal. You share something vulnerable. They change the subject. You need support. They disappear. This isn't neutrality. It's emotional withholding. Your brain craves reciprocity. When you give and never receive, your nervous system registers it as rejection. That chronic one-sidedness. It's silently draining your sense of worth. These patterns aren't personal. They're survival strategies. These people learn to cope with their own pain, but that doesn't mean you have to absorb the cost. Your empathy is a gift. But without boundaries, it becomes a liability, because here's the hard truth: you can't fix anyone's nervous system but your own. Here's the mental shift that changes everything: stop trying to make draining people feel better. Start protecting your own energy like it's sacred. After spending time with someone, check in with your body. Do you feel lighter or heavier? Energized or depleted? Your nervous system knows before your mind does. Trust it. With people who drain you, become emotionally neutral. Short responses. Minimal engagement. No emotional fuel. You're not being mean. You're refusing to be their energy source. Limit interactions with draining people to 20 minutes maximum. Set a timer if you have to. Protect your exposure like you would to radiation. Their chaos is contagious. Don't stay long enough to catch it. Ask yourself, does this person ever ask about me? Do they celebrate my wins? Do they show up when I need support? If the answer is no, you're not in a relationship. You're in a one-way extraction system. When someone tries to dump their chaos on you, say this: I hear you. That sounds really hard. What are you going to do about it? This shifts responsibility back to them. If they resist, they were never looking for help, just an audience. Before interacting with draining people, visualize a protective boundary around yourself. Their emotions stop at the edge. Yours stay contained. Sounds woo-woo. Works anyway. Your brain responds to visualization like it's real. Some people will never change. And that's not your problem to solve. Your job isn't to save them. It's to stop letting them sink you. You're not responsible for other people's emotional regulation. You're not required to drain yourself trying to fill someone else's bottomless pit. Compassion without boundaries isn't kindness. It's self-destruction. Stop asking, how can I help them feel better? Start asking, why am I allowing this to cost me my peace? Because here's what changes everything: the moment you prioritize protecting your energy over managing theirs, you become unavailable to their dysfunction, and that's not selfish. That's self-preservation. That if this made you think of specific people, that's your nervous system trying to tell you something. Listen to it. Subscribe if you want more psychology that doesn't sugarcoat reality, because the truth might be uncomfortable, but staying drained is worse. Protect your energy like your life depends on it. Because it does.